What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Karla Kiko Adventures. Car edition, car repair edition, whatever you want to call it. We have a 2017 Chevy Traverse. First problems I started noticing was the controls of the AC. It was cooling sometimes, it wasn't other times, it wasn't working properly. Something was off there already off the bat. Another thing I noticed was that the fans were working a lot harder than they should be. And then after you turned off the vehicle, the fans kept spinning for a good couple minutes. So a code finally came out. Code was ECT sensor, which is an engine coolant temperature sensor. This sensor controls a lot of other stuff. It's not an expensive part, but it controls so much other stuff, and your car could be inoperable. So we bought the part from AutoZone, $24.99 plus taxes. So it's not a super easy fix, but it's also not a very difficult fix. You will need a 19mm sunken socket with an extension and a ratchet. And then you also need a flat screwdriver or something to be able to unclip from a cradle. This is what the part looks like. It does come with a little washer. Do not lose the washer. You need the washer or else it could possibly leak. And then it's got the cradle area right here. So, all right, we're gonna come over here to the car and show the area that the sensor is at. This is a 3.6 liter engine. So if you look down below, right next to the dipstick, kind of right behind the dipstick, there is a foil looking thing. It is basically a heat cover. So you want to take off this part right here, which is what we're going to do first. Let's see. Take the cap off, and then this cover it just snaps on. There it is. This is the cover you want to take off to be able to have a little more access. Second thing you're going to want to do is take off the dipstick to be able to give yourself a little more space to work. This is my first time doing this as well. So what you're gonna need to do is take this little heat shield off, pull it back so that way you can get to the little clip area where the cradle is at, and then you have to unclip it, and then you have to use a socket to unscrew it, and then you have to reassemble with the new one, put everything back together. So, all right guys, so a pro tip is to have a swivel, so that way you have a little bit more wiggle room to where you're working at instead of having it rigid. So socket swivel. From all the videos that I've seen on YouTube, the average time they say is around 30 minutes. We're gonna time it. It took me about 30 seconds to take the cover off and the dipstick. So you have to go right here.
Maybe so, we take this one off.
So somebody said they took one off. I don't know if it was that one though, because
you get like a little bit more play. That's the only thing. But I mean, you're not here. You're not getting anything there. So just this one here.
That's the cradle. So if you remove that, gives you a little bit more room to work with.
Up. You should have access to it. Yeah, you can barely see it.
It's where the cradle's at, next to the dipstick.
So that one.
Can you see it right there?
So the wire, right?
Right there. That's where the cradle's at. So it's one of these cradles like this. So it's taking that off first. The hard part is taking it off, unscrewing it, and then putting the new one back on. That's like the hard part. And the heat cover has to go back on as well when done.
My things will fit here.
Do you need your tool?
Probably, because I can't look at it.
I've seen guys with the, like I said, they use the little picks.
Yeah.
I've seen them use the little picks. let's show off this tool. See, this tool might come in handy for this area. This is to take off the little cradle. Oh, yeah, you can't see shit from
yeah.
That's not where you're at. It's better. So the little clip? Okay, so the little clip is off.
Okay, so.
And that's the heat cover. So this is the clip. And
Hold this with the screwdriver, and then, with the pliers, and just squeeze the whole thing. Like
so this is the part that goes down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you just put it
but a lot of people, what they do is they basically break this off. They just break it off. And then they have this to work with. Because this is what snaps. So when you put it back on, you need to make sure it snaps in, because if not, it'll still do the same fan noise and everything. Okay? It has to snap back in. Okay, that's the trick. So what we're looking at right now is basically this down there, like this is what we're looking at. So it does have a washer. Don't lose the washer. You can lose the old one. If you do lose the new one, use the old one. So, but this is what we're looking at right now, in that position, like this. All right, so we had a 19-inch socket deep, but the cradle part wouldn't go past like where it adapts to your socket. So I had to go to AutoZone, get another one. They did not have a 19-inch. So got a 3/4 inch. So it makes a little bit of a difference. We tried the actual part and it still grabs because it still has the points that it needs to. So an alternate for 19mm would be a 3/4 inch socket. Still has to be deep, extra deep. It's only got like 5 to 8 pounds of torque. 5 to 8 pounds, I think is what it says. The rest of the parts by hand. So it's still lefty-loosey, right?
Yep.
Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Show the old part. That's the old part. It's not upside down.
Oh. Shouldn't be. Did we even try it on here? See if it clicked before? No, huh?
So this is the old one. I click normal. That's what it's supposed to do. Do you need the lip? So all it is. So does it have a here?
It's gonna be this way.
So it looks like it's the opposite way.
Yeah, so it's like this.
So it is backwards, kind of, because it clicked with the top part. We didn't try it first. We should have. That was our mistake.
Yeah. It's slipping that way. This way. Here it goes. Click and everything's down.
Click.
Yeah. Okay, the whole thing.
So it's clicked now.
Okay, so
Now make sure it's down, and then everything goes up. Very important, the heat cover though. seat cover's all the way where it needs to go?
Yep. Here we go.
Alright.
Dipsticks.
I think before I put the cover on, I can start it and make sure it starts good. I'm going to put the dipstick back on and start it. So in theory, everything should turn on normal. So we're testing to see if the car turns off, if all the fans turn off when you turn off the vehicle. That's it. It wasn't doing it before. It was staying on. The fans were staying on, so you knew there was an issue. A quick overview that everything's already been. So anything that you disassembled, you obviously have to make sure that everything goes back. We took that part, this one, and this one, took the dipstick off to be able to have as much access as we could. You can see that's where it's at right there. That's what got replaced. That's the area that got replaced. This is the old part. And it has a brand new one. $25 plus $24.99 plus tax. Oh, to put the cover on, this has to come off, obviously. I put it back on to stuff wouldn't fall in it. And then kind of just lines up. That's it. Put the cover back on. Look, I mean, it's super simple. So you can borrow a coder from AutoZone, or you can just borrow theirs, test it, and then take it inside and they'll give you all the readings you need.
Oh,
there it is. That's the one. So can you clear it from here, or does it have to get erase codes?
Erase trouble codes? Yes.
That's how you replace an ECT sensor for a 2017 Chevy Traverse. Make sure to like this video. Subscribe if you're new.